Hi guys, this is Marcina. This is just a quick introduction to this video because as I was driving, there was a lot of noise. My car, when it starts at first, it can shake a lot because it's old, especially when it's cold. So I'm filming this when it's kind of cold outside in the morning. So that's why it shook and that's why it made noise. So I had to cut that part out. Anyways, quick introduction. Today I'm going to film from in the car. Don't worry, I put the camera in a spot where it is safe for me to drive because I don't see the camera very much at all. And it is also not showing where I live, so that's good. So I apologize for the angle and the noise, but this was the best I could do today. I'm pretty busy today, and I don't know when I'll be able to get a proper view or proper video in. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. If this is something that you don't enjoy or that you don't want to see more of, please let me know in the comments. I don't mind if the answer is no, I don't want it. That's totally fine. It's good to get feedback and I'm totally open to that. So thank you. So I'm just basically in this video talking about my process of writing this second book that I'm writing. It's part of a series of the first book. It's a continuation of that. I also talk about writer's block at some point, and it's just some struggles that I've been facing as a reader/writer. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye. What I'm doing right now is just starting a draft 0, what I've heard it's called, where I just put a bunch of ideas and scenes in the document, and it's not organized at all, but it's just a place where I can just dump all my ideas and brainstorm and things like that. It's actually a really good idea, I would say. Someone told me about it, draft 0, and I was like, what's that? And they were like, oh yeah, it's just this draft where you just like dump all your ideas in and it's not organized. And I was like, what? And I was like, I did that, but I didn't know it had a name to it. So, but yeah, so what I did with my first book, my first draft to my first book, was I did what's called a discovery draft. That's why it's so messy, and because I just basically made like a outline, like a loose outline, and then I just wrote. I wrote as much as I could. My goal was 25,000 words, and I got a little over. I think it was like 25,400 something, 80 something words. So I reached my goal, even though it was it wasn't a lot. Like, it's not enough to be a novel, considered a novel, but it was just enough to get the story across. And I think that's important. Sorry. I think that was important to me finishing my draft, not having the pressure of getting a certain high amount of words, high word count. I also was able to just focus on getting through the story. And so I'm just going to repeat that the second time. 25K is my goal again. It's a reachable goal. I try to make my goals pretty easy because I struggle a lot. So, like, actually writing, I think about my story constantly. However, when it comes down to putting words on paper, I struggle. So having a small word count goal gives me the freedom to just write as much as I can and not worry so much about how much I'm writing, I guess. And then I'll go back and edit later and add to it. Like for my first book, I've already started adding to it. Not much, but it's now at 27K instead of 25K, so it's in progress. But I wanted to do more. I wanted to start my second book because I really want to continue the story, and I wanted to just move on. I'm not, someone posted on Threads something really funny because it's so relatable. They said they are a writer that only reads books once, and now they have to read their story 500 million times. And I was like, and they're tired of it, and I totally get that because I'm the same way. When I read books, I only read it once. I don't know, it's just how I am. I remember a lot, so it's like rereading it is just boring to me. But I don't know, I guess like rereading your own work is just there's a different like purpose to it. It's not just to entertain, it's to make it better. So I get that, but I also just want to write more to the story. So that's why I'm starting the second book before I really finish the first one. I mean, the first one is finished in the sense that the story is there, but it's not at all like complete. Like I still have a lot to add to it. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to write this next book. It's based off of a rebellion against a tyrannical government, and so there's a lot going to be. There's going to be a lot in this book that's not in the first book. Like Castian is more like a detective and a cop in this book than he was in the beginning in the first book. So there's going to be some of that. There's going to be a lot of drama because of some things that happened in the first book that Akira is just kind of trying to heal from. So there's a lot of that. There's going to be a big reveal in the second book as well. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, and I can't wait to write it. I also figured out like some things with I'm sorry for all the long pauses. It's just I'm trying to concentrate on driving, and also I just think slow, and so that doesn't help. But anyways, so with my story, I have figured out the ending to my second book and my third book. I only plan on this being a trilogy. I don't think there's enough to the story for it to be any more than that. And honestly, writing 3 books is going to be a task in itself, so like I think that's good. I don't think I need anything more than that. And who knows, it might just be, I think it'll be a little bit more than a duology. I think it's definitely going to be a trilogy, especially if I go about it by writing 25K and adding to it. Because 25K only gives me so much story to work with, but it's been working so far. Like, I write 25K, I just get the story down, and then I can add all the description and stuff later, and by the time I add description, and fixed all the problems with it, it'll probably be double, you know, more like, I don't know, hopefully like, I don't know, I think a novel's supposed to be 70 or something, at least 40K, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be at the word count it needs to be by the time I'm done, you know, writing it. I'm definitely not an overwriter. I underwrite a lot. So that's a thing that I'm struggling with. I love to write. I do. I don't know. I just struggle doing it. And that's kind of frustrating. But whatever. But I already know the ending, which is really helpful. I just need to know how to get there. And this time around, so to give you some context, it took me like 10 years to write the first draft of my first book. I've only written one draft, complete draft, ever. And so those 10 years, I was just kind of rolling the story in my head, rolling it around in my head, like, I could not figure out how it worked. It was a lot of world building, a lot of character development, a lot of just figuring out how the story worked and the plot and things. The plot was the hardest thing to come up with. Even while I was writing the first draft, the plot was so hard, especially in the middle. It was very difficult to figure out. So, but now that I've figured out the story and the plot of the first book, the second book, figuring out the plot seems to be a lot easier now, especially since I've developed the characters so well. And to be honest, they still have a lot of room to be developed. They're not perfect at all, but they are developed enough to where the story comes easily, and I just try to make it logical. Anyways, I'm at my destination, so I have to go. But thank you for watching, and I'll add to this video probably more. I don't know. We'll see. It's been 12 minutes, so we'll see. I gotta go. Bye. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm on my way back home. So I did this is a continuation of the video I just made of me coming back here, or coming here. So I just did a poll on Instagram, and it was really interesting. I wanted to do a poll on Instagram to see what my followers really wanted me to do for them, like as far as content goes. I saw Anna New do it, and I was like, that's such a good idea. And so I copied her. And it worked. It helped a lot for me to know what to post. It was funny because writing tips is my one option, and nobody wanted that. Like, it was a big fat zero. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I know now. Like, nobody's interested in that, so at least not my followers. So, awesome. Good. Another thing that I saw, the question was, what do you want to see more of? And a lot of people chose books, and I was like, okay. That actually helps a lot because, for one thing, I struggle with reading, which helps me as a writer, but I struggle with reading, so I just have this thing where I have a foggy brain. Like, I have brain fog. Like, I can't think straight sometimes, and I struggle with fatigue, so being able to sit down and read a bunch of words on a page, sometimes is a big struggle, especially if I'm not interested in the book. However, I have found a book that was really good, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I actually am interested in that book. I just don't feel like reading, and that's terrible. It's really awful because I love to read, actually. At least I used to. I would sit down and just consume a book in like a day or two, and that was that's how I was. It's just things have changed, so I'm trying to get back into reading. So the fact that you guys want to see more book, like I assume book recommendations or book reviews, I appreciate, because it helps me see, like, it helps push me to read more, because obviously I'd have to read the books to review or recommend them. So yeah, that's something I gotta do. And then the top one, that the books was like 36%, and I think 43 or in the 40% range was writing vlogs, which is perfect because that's what I like to film anyways. So that works out. I put in parentheses my process, so it's kind of hard to film my process because, for one thing, it's just a lot of me thinking and watching me think isn't very entertaining at all, to be honest. And then me writing, which, you know, you can watch a little bit of, but like, I don't know, 15 minutes of me just sitting there is not going to be entertaining for you guys. So I'm trying to think of different ways I can figure this out so that where you guys are entertained and also like informed on what I'm doing. I've kind of decided to like forego the whole not talking about my story, because that's where most of my content is, and if it spoils it, it spoils it. You know, it's like, what am I gonna do? Like, just not talk about my story? Because then it's like, I don't know, beating around the bush. I'm not sure what to do. I guess you guys can let me know in the comments whether you want spoilers or not to my book. And because there are some big spoilers that I don't want to spoil, just because it kind of ruins the fun of reading the story once it's out. I do plan on publishing, so that's the whole point. So, like, if you guys already know everything that happens, I don't see why you would want to actually read the book. I don't know. We'll see. But you have to know, like, a general idea of what it's about at least. So, and to be able to talk about where I'm at in the story, I'd have to be able to talk about something. I don't know. But, I think I'll just be vague about it. I'll talk about what's in the story, but just be kind of vague. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. Your guys' input will help a lot. So please comment. Let me know what you want, please. It helps so much. It really helps. Getting feedback helps. I am not afraid of critique. If you guys are like, this isn't working, then that helps a lot too. Of course, if you could be kind about it, that'd be nice, but, you know, any kind of feedback helps. So please comment. Thank you. Let's see. Something else to talk about. I was talking about my story, so, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to, sorry, I'm at a light. Okay. I'm trying to figure out let's see, a problem that I'm having in my story. Let me think. It's actually going pretty smoothly, which is nice for once. I'm just trying to put everything together. It's really like one big puzzle, which I love. I guess I love creating the story. The editing part is kind of, but even then, it's like I'm making the story that I created better. So that's really cool. Right now, I'm trying to figure out the order of events to the second book. I was able to write down the basics of what's happening on one page, so that helps a lot. And that's actually something Savannah Gilbo mentioned. I really recommend her videos or content. I don't think she makes videos, but podcasts. She makes podcasts for sure. I listen to those. She also has an Instagram. I suggest you follow her if you're a writer, because she's helped me a lot. Like, for some time, I didn't want to write. I had severe writer's block, and I was really discouraged. It's funny because I'm filming this having written a first draft of my first book, but for a long time, like I said, 10 years, I was stuck just drafting and rewriting and rewriting. For a long time, it was just no progress was made. And it was really hard, not gonna lie. So, Savannah Gilbo helped me, like, not get out of that funk, not get so discouraged to where I didn't want to write anymore, because I was kind of at the point where I just wanted to give up on this story. And she mentioned discovery drafting, and I had never heard of that before, but it really helped my writing. And so if you're a writer and you're at the point where you just are giving up or thinking about giving up, I suggest trying out the discovery draft option. There isn't a lot of information on it. I feel like it's kind of a new thing, because there was like plotting, outliners, and like pantsing, which is like you just fly by the seat of your pants. You just write whatever comes to mind, and that's just not how I am. I have to have some sort of outline, but like some people take it to the extent where they have like a detailed like 20-page outline, and that's not me either. So the discovery drafting really helped, because I was like, this is me. This is like what I need. And it really was, because it was a way for me to continue, or to take the pressure off, I guess, of not getting it perfect once, and just get through a draft. And getting that first draft done really, really helped in my writing process. Like, it was a huge deal for me in my writing journey. So yeah, I definitely recommend looking at Savannah Gilbo's stuff. I can put a link to her, I don't know, podcast or whatever in my description. I'll have to remember to do that. But Savannah Gilbo is her name. Another thing that helped me was looking at YouTube videos, to be honest. Like, writing vlogs like this really helped. I said Anna New is one. She also has a podcast. I don't listen to that one as often, but it's basically like her YouTube videos. So she also has an Instagram. I think she might have a newsletter. I don't know. Another one is written by Emily, I think is the username. I really like her videos. She has an Instagram as well. I don't think she has a podcast, but she does have a YouTube video for sure, YouTube channel, so I would check them out. Those are some vloggers. There's tons of writing vlogs out there, and that really helped me a lot in my, just motivate me to write, I guess. So yeah, when I'm not writing, like actually writing, I'm thinking about my story, watching other people write. That helps motivate me to keep going. I'm on Instagram a lot. So that's another thing, is trying to balance my social media with writing and like my story writing, because that's the whole point of all this. So in life, like I'm filming this from my car because I don't have time to film. And to be honest, guys, I'm just gonna be straight with you. I'm not gonna look the best on most of my videos because like right now I have no makeup on. It's morning. It's, I don't know, it's like 8 or 9 a.m. I had to run errands, and I didn't feel like getting dressed up and putting on makeup just to go to the store, you know? So honestly, I'm probably not going to look the best most of these videos. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to try my best to look presentable because that's acceptable to society. So but that's just, you know, lower your expectations is all I'm going to say. Because I try to be aesthetically pleasing and all that, but this is like real, kind of. My videos are going to be real. That's all I can offer, because it's a lot of work. Like, I don't know, I watch these YouTubers and they're like filming them making a cup of tea, and that is so hard. I'm not gonna lie, because you gotta set up the camera and like pause the video as you're making it, you know, if they have different clips or different like frames. Like, that's a lot. Like, I want to just make the tea. Like, I don't want to have to pause the video, move the camera, all that stuff. I don't know. I love you guys, but I don't know if I want to do all that. So, and like I said in my first video, I just am short on time, and I'm a busy person. At least I try to be. Try to keep busy. So, I'm also lazy, so that doesn't help. I don't want to do more work than I have to do. So, yeah, that's what you can expect from this video. You can expect more videos like this, because I am on the go and I have things that I gotta do. Anyways, I'm home now. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. And I'm sorry if it was boring, but this is all I have for you. So thank you. Bye. Well, guys, that's all I got for this video. Thank you again for watching. In the future, I'm going to do more experimental videos. I think I want to do a makeup one. I might do that today because I really need help. I need to get it together, you know. So anyways, I might do a makeup one and film that today. I don't know, I'm trying new things just to see what you guys like and what you don't like. So please give me feedback. That really helps a lot. Yeah, again, thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.